Great rise. Yeah, man. Welcome to the Herbalawes channel. Yeah, welcome to another day's vlog. Yeah, man. I'm an Irie. How art thou? Good vibes only. Roots family. Yeah, man. Give thanks for another day, you know. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Yeah, a quiet morning. Yeah, man. But there are so many things to give thanks for, you know. A lot of things to give thanks for. So if you are new here, welcome to the Herbalawes channel, where we grow herbs for tea. And most of the herbs that we grow is traditional herbs, you know. Herbs that are used traditionally, whether in Jamaica here, where I am, or traditionally around the world. I have herb that is used in India traditionally. Yeah, like the holy basil, the tulsi. Yeah, the basil family herbs. Yeah, we have herbs like, what a beautiful view. We have herbs like vervain. Yeah, which is used traditionally around the world. You know, traditionally, if you have lower back pain, yeah, this is the herb that they use. Yeah, this is the herb that they use traditionally. So out here we are planting, we are using what we have until we get what we want. So this is a old stove, yeah, which, yeah, carries both the vervain and the oregano, which is called a French thyme herb. Yeah, so we are out here, man, planting the traditional herbs. Yeah, this is a recent herb to the family, which is called Panadol. Yeah, and my experience with this plant, this Panadol plant, it's that, you know, traditionally it can use for pain. Yeah, yeah, toothache. In Jamaica here where I am from, you know, a herb like this lemongrass here, yeah, is a herb that, yeah, a wide percentage of Jamaicans would have this herb in their backyard, whether in their backyard or in their front yard. But this is a herb that, you know, people would have or try to get, you know. So it is called lemongrass, yeah, otherwise called fever grass, yeah, and traditionally, as the name suggests, fever, yeah, traditionally here in Jamaica and I guess other parts of the world, yeah, the lemongrass, fever grass, yeah, is used as the name suggests. Wow, this shot here is so beautiful. Yeah, an amazing shot, you know. So So for those who are new here, you know, and don't know what the Herbalawes channel is all about. Yeah man, the Herbalawes channel is all about growing, you know, growing herbs for tea. And when I say herbs for tea, not the herb that the Rasta man smoke, you know, or the herb that the Rasta man use as a... So right now here I'm removing this root of callaloo. Yeah, it is overgrown, but there are still callaloo seeds that can replant. So I won't throw away the callaloo seeds, and I also will put the stalk or the callaloo stalk to break down. Yeah, so I won't throw it away. Yeah. So I said, if you are new here, yeah man, Herbalawes is out here growing traditional herbs, you know. And when I say traditional herbs, I mean traditional herbs, yeah, that a lot of Jamaicans use for tea, you know. And as I mentioned earlier, you know, the lemongrass, the fever grass, is an herb that is used by many Jamaicans. Yeah, and as the name suggests, fever grass. Yeah, it is used by many Jamaicans traditionally. Yeah, as the name suggests, fever. Now, when we were growing up as a child, and we may feel, you know, like we're coming down with a little sniffle, you know, maybe by playing in the rain, you know. As a child growing up, it was fun to play like football in the rain, you know, because, yeah, it was more fun, yeah, or it seems to be more fun at that time because you're running in the rain, playing and stuff, you know. But maybe after you do that, yeah, you may feel, you know, some symptoms, some sniffles, you know. And this is one of the herbs that a Jamaican parent would draw for, yeah, to ensure that, you know, you're good. But there are times, yeah, you would feel nice when that sniffle come down, cause you could say to your mother or your father, I don't want to go to school today. Or for those who could say that they are not going, yeah. But for those who can't tell them parents that, yeah, they would wish to hear them parents say, boy, you know, look good today, stay home, you know. Yeah, so that's for the Jamaican lemongrass or fever grass. Yeah. So for the roots family that are out there, yeah, who is a Jamaican, whether you're in Jamaica or you're in the diaspora, yeah, traditionally growing up, what are your parent, whether your mother, father, or your grandparent, how would they use the lemongrass? Yeah. What would they use it for traditionally? Did you have a root of lemongrass at home, or you would get some from your neighbor? Yeah. What is your memory of the lemongrass? Yeah. So as a child growing up, you know, the most traditional use we know for the lemongrass is to make a nice cup of tea. Yeah? We are hiding of the knowledge then that this herb could also be used for maybe a fragrant oil. You know, I didn't have the knowledge then that this herb can steep into a base oil, you know, and use maybe as a fragrant. I didn't have the knowledge that this herb can also be used for incense purpose, you know. But I mean, as you go by, then you will acquire certain knowledge. Yeah, and the more you acquire certain knowledge, you know, you would appreciate the herbs, the traditional herbs more, you know, because it's not that you did not like the herbs, you know, but I mean, when you were a child, you never learn to appreciate it much until now when you become an adult. Yeah, you learn to appreciate it more. So yeah, I like to grow the herbs, you know. Yeah man, so in a Jamaican home, you know, a root of lemongrass would be a necessity. Yeah, would be a necessity. Yeah. Would be a necessity. So some of these herbs that I have here, like even the Jamaican dog blood right here, yeah, with the birds and the bee, yeah, you may plant it one place and then you realize that it's all over the place. Yeah, so yeah, the bird or the bee, yeah, there will be a lot of seeds drop all over the place. Like I'm looking here right now, and this was a plant that my grandmother gave me, and it's all locked up between these plants. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and put it in a pot where it's not shadowed. Yeah, so this herb here, I don't know if you can see it very well. This herb here is called spirit weed, you know, and my family, you know, my aunt, my grandmother, they always have this herb at home, you know, and especially my aunt who passed away a few years ago. She told me never to be out of this herb. Yeah man, this spirit weed herb, you know, and traditionally they would tell you that, you know, when you have a herb like this, especially close to your door, then there will be no unwanted present that will visit you. Yeah man, so I'm gonna plant this in a pot to ensure that I don't lose it. Yeah. It's normal for the birds to visit I and I, you know, in the mornings, especially when I'm watering the plants. Yeah, they'll visit, you know. Yeah, so I'll rest it right here, you know, in a pot. Yeah, so this herb is called spirit weed. Yeah man, and I always say that. My grandmother and my aunt, yeah, both of them passed away now. My grandmother passed recently, you know. I miss them, but I appreciate the knowledge that they pass on to I and I, you know. Yeah, so a lot of these herbs, and I say like this Jamaican dog blood here, you know. Yeah, you will plant a root of it, but because of the birds and stuff like that, yeah, they will drop the seed all over the place, which is great because my experience is that when the birds drop the seed, yeah, it grow better, you know. Yeah, like right here, this is a root of vervain, and I never plant this root of vervain here, but it's surviving. Yeah, it's surviving right here. And traditionally, the Jamaican dog blood, yeah, traditionally in Jamaica here, yeah, it's been used whenever time like a woman, you know, can't give birth, you know. And when I say can't give birth, I don't mean you are pregnant and can't give birth, but I mean that a woman may be trying to have a child, and you know, nothing is happening. So, yeah, they would seek advice from people who know about herbs. And this is one of the herbs traditionally that they would use. Yeah. And if you even look over here, yeah, the herb is all over the place. So I said, yeah, I maybe plant a root somewhere. Yeah. And because this herb carry a lot of seeds. Yeah. The birds, they will drop it all over the place. Now if you ask me the question, why do I plant herbs? Maybe when I started, I couldn't answer like this. But by doing it over and over and time after time, I think I learned to appreciate the knowledge which whether my grandmother, my aunt, whether by a physical contact, whether by word, sound, seal, they taught me it, and sometimes, even my grandmother would told me that this is what your great grandfather would be doing. So that would be my grandmother's father. Now I never had the opportunity to talk to him. I never had the opportunity to hold a vibe with my great grandfather. But listening my grandmother and she telling me that all of these things that you are fond of or that you like to do, this is what he used to do. So yeah, we are not from an alternate universe with its hypothetical concept, what science say, historical events, yeah, but I believe that sometimes we are connected to maybe family, maybe people who were close to our parent. And I believe that, with that connection, even though I never meet my great grandfather physically, yeah, but I think that, yeah, I carrying on what he has started, and that's why I said in a video, give thanks for those who were here and not here now, in flesh but in spirit, as I carry on what you all have started. Yeah, man, guide us, yeah, now and forever, I tin wale. Yeah, man, so even though you don't even have to connect back with someone because you and them are flesh and blood, but even the message from Bob Marley's music, the era that I grew up in, yeah, even though the I pass very early, but I also think that I also have a connection to the message that Bob Marley, bring across to the world, yeah. So, yeah, that's the reason why I plant herbs. Because every day more and more I learn to appreciate the knowledge. Yeah, which pass on from my grandmother, my aunt, you know. Yeah, and the ones that I didn't have a physical contact with, but that spiritual connection. Yeah, that spiritual connection. So, yeah, if you want to learn more from the Herbalawes channel, yeah, and ask questions, yeah, man, just like how I'm sharing I and I thought and experience now. Yeah, man, subscribe to the channel, share it with a friend and a family. Yeah, and we are out here, we can learn from each other. Sight. Yeah, man, this is another traditional herb that, you know, a wide percentage of Jamaican home will have it too. And this one is called leaf of life. And I always say to people that, yeah, the name of this plant was not coincident. Yeah, it's not coincident. Yeah, that this name, you know, depict life itself. Yeah, and traditionally, yeah, just like how the fever grass, yeah, would use traditionally as the name suggests. Yeah, I think traditionally the leaf of life, yeah, man, also traditionally used to preserve life. You know, as a child, if you come down with a cold, you know, your parent or your grandparent would pound it up. So if you are doing your gardening or you are doing your farming, especially now in the summertime here in Jamaica, ensure that you are hydrating yourself, you know. Yeah, yeah. And as I said in previous video, you know, doing a research, they suggest that, you know, you should use half of your weight or half of your equivalent weight to in ounces. So if you weigh 120 pounds, yeah, you are considered to drink 60 ounces of water per day. Yeah, and I think this is probably about a 8 ounce bottle of water. Oh, this is 11 ounce, you know, and I have a bigger one which is 16 ounces. Yeah, so keep yourself hydrated. Yeah, so yeah, we were talking about the leaf of life and what it is used traditionally for, you know. Some people would pound it up like this. Yeah, so you get the leaf and you pound it up like this, you know. When you pound it up, you know, you could pound up this, you know, traditionally if you have a cut or a wound. Yeah, traditionally they would, you know, pound it up in a pulsar, yeah, a portion, yeah, and then put it on it. Yeah, and as I said, you know, traditionally for even a baby, they would pound it up and get the juice out of it. Yeah, and use it. Yeah, so leaf of life, yeah, man, traditionally a herb that many, you know, grew and learned to appreciate. And this is another herb that, yeah, a wide percentage of Jamaican home family, yeah, they try to have herbs like these at home. Yeah. And last but not least, yeah, not last forever, but yeah, last. So if you're looking straight across, this herb right here, yeah, or this vegetable, whatever you call it, yeah. So many people call it susumba. You know, some people call it gully bean. Now, when I do a research, yeah, in the 1930s, in Jamaica, yeah, people used to use this. You know, it was like a staple meal. It was like a staple, a vegetable that many use, you know. Yeah, and traditionally, yeah, people use it around the world. Yeah, yeah, for low blood count. You know, I was even watching a video recently in Africa. I think it's in Ghana. You know, and this lady was sharing her story. You know, with low blood count problem. Yeah, and right now she create a business out of it. You know, sharing her story and you know, helping people. Yeah, just like how the plant help her. Yeah, so we're out here in nature, man. Yeah, man. And as I said, share the channel. Yeah, out here. This is a nice thumbnail. Man, so Herbalawes out here growing traditional herbs. Sight? Yeah, man. Give thanks. Yeah, man, what I do, I wash it off properly. Yeah. And chew it up, you know. I get a lot of energy from this. Yeah, from just chewing it up like this, I get a lot of energy. So I observe these plantain trees. Yeah, look droopy droopy. So sometimes it's borer eating out the root. So I'm gonna try a little traditional remedy. Yeah, some burnt ash, you know. Yeah.